Tofino, Vancouver Island. Rugged coastline, endless beaches, wild Pacific air. This place feels like the edge of the world, and I'm lucky enough to have it in my backyard. In this episode, I'm taking you to one of my favourite places on earth. We're camping right on the beach, 2 years apart. So you're going to see some great beaches, some tides, the best campsites, jaw-dropping views, where to grab a killer coffee, and of course, a tasty bagel. And yes, some forest bathing for the soul. I'm James, and honestly, give me a stove, a beach, and a view, and I'm the happiest version of myself. So brew up something warm, settle in, and let's escape to Tofino together. Trust me, this is going to be a feast for your eyes, and your wanderlust is going to be off the scale. Let's dive in. An early rise for us to get the 8:45 ferry from Horseshoe Bay to Nanaimo. We're going to kick off this video in 2025 before going back in time for some nostalgia. So let's do some key information. Tofino is a small, laid-back surf town perched on the remote west coast of Vancouver Island in BC, right here. It sits at the edge of the Pacific Ocean, surrounded by lush coastal rainforest, rugged beaches, and the vast beauty of Clayoquot Sound. After getting the ferry from Horseshoe Bay, you arrive into Nanaimo, and it's about a 3-hour drive from here to Tofino. The drive is incredibly scenic, passing through winding mountain roads, lakes, and forests via Highway 4. Look out for stops like Cathedral Grove and Sprout Lake along the way. Along the way, we stopped off in Port Alberni for a coffee and some epic lake views. The route is deceivingly long, but Cathedral Grove is a stunning stop-off point if you like trees like the redwoods. You just need to be lucky to find a parking spot. Along this road, we saw a sign for the road closing Wednesday at 9 AM, and this is a bit of a mare. Our ferry is Wednesday afternoon, and we plan to have a lazy morning. So that is out of the window, and straight away our plans change, so we have to leave Wednesday at 6 AM to make sure we don't get stuck on this side of the island. Not ideal, but it has to be done because this road is the only way in and out. This is a pretty big tip. You should always check the road conditions for this journey, if they're closed or not, or if there's any delays. There is some admin to Tofino. You will need a day pass or parks pass to enter the area. The visitor centre is located here, and you can purchase a 2-day pass for a vehicle with up to 2 people for $22. We arrived into Tofino mid-afternoon, and we needed an ice cream at Tofino Licks because they have sensational flavours. Now let's take a walk to the most stunning view of this little town. And just look at this, come on! A stunning day for weather, and I love watching the planes take off from the water. I love the blue colours here, just so crisp. A stunning view for a coffee is at Harbourview Coffee House, and make sure you sit on the balcony at the back because look at this view. Now for our campsite for the night, we're staying at Mackenzie Beach at Bella Pacifica Campground. Look at this location for our camper, right on the beach, dreamy, easy admin, and at this point I cannot wait to get the stove out to make a cup of tea and sit on the beach in my deck chair. Bella Pacifica is going to cost around 100 Canadian dollars a night, which is pricey for a campground, but it's impossible to get a provincial campground spot at Green Point unless you get up at 7 AM 4 months in advance, and even then you need to get lucky. However, I have more on this later in the episode. Look at this majestic sunset, and here is my cuppa. Night night. Morning, we're up for sunrise and it looks like a beautiful day in store. Time for a walk along the beach and there's no one around. Look at this. West Coast beaches are like this all the way down to the US. Huge, with plenty of space to walk along the water and plenty of room to plonk your camping chair with a cup of tea or coffee and watch the world go by. But there's no way I'm braving that water though. Forget about it. This is early June and that is going to be refreshing. Here is our setup, and as you can see, quite cozy, but we don't mind. Time to cook brekkie on the stove and a coffee on the beach. Today our aims is to sit in nature, forest bathe and spend some time on the beach, all while having some time for reflection. No social media, no phones, no laptops, just a cheeky bit of recording. Do we do enough detoxing from the internet? I'm not sure we ever do. Do we ever get in tune with nature? Again, I'm not sure we do. For me, the constant need for stimulation, content creation has caught up with me a little bit, and I just need a little bit of time to reset. In a crazy world right now, it is time to reflect and ponder, and I do hope peace reaches all corners of the earth. Right, that's enough contemplation. Time to get some steps in along the beach. We walked up to Tsawaak Resort. This is part of the Tribal Park Allies. Ecological sustainability and cultural integrity is at the heart of what they do, and they belong to a community of businesses committed to supporting the Tsawaak First Nations vision for a socially and ecologically just conservation economy. We support First Nations as much as we can, and we bought some local artisan crafts such as a soap and a towel, and we absolutely love them. In the main building here, there's a cafe called Moss and Milk, a great cup of coffee if you need one. And afterwards we got a poutine at Wildside Grill, very tasty. Tofino was closed, which was a bit of a shock as well. Back to the beach, one last soaking in of the view before we pack up and get ready for the early leave next morning. Now let's go back 2 years to 2023, almost to the day, and we're kicking off our epic road trip across Canada in the same mini camper. So here's a tour for you. Bit of prep. So this is the camper van in its pre-ready phase. We're just cleaning out some months worth, I'd say, maybe even years worth of stuff on the floor with these carpet here, cleaner things. This is broken, so that's not a great start. But yeah, just clean it out and I think we're good to go. We've got to fit pretty much everything in. Excited. It's going to be an adventure. As you can see, it's cozy. We have a bed that pulls out to make it a double, a little kitchen at the back, and when it's compact, a little room to have a cuppa on the sofa bed. Like this time, we stopped off in Port Alberni, but this time we had coffee at Wildflower Cafe. This is another great recommendation. Now let's get back to the campsite drama. 2 years ago, we did not book anything and we winged it. So we went to Green Point because it was sold out, but we thought we'd ask and hope to get lucky, and we did. As luck would have it, someone cancelled on the day and were able to take their spot. This was incredibly lucky, and to add to that, the next morning, it happened again. So you can wing Green Point Campground. It's right here by Long Beach. It's provincial and normally you have to book. There's no first come first serve. If you want to wing it, take a drive and see what you can find. The backup would have to be a private campground. Now let's take a tour of this campsite, and I think it's one of the best ones I've ever stayed in, and you can see why it gets booked out. It is situated right next to Long Beach, and you can walk to the beach through the campsite and look at this classic forest bathing view. Dreamy. And here is Long Beach, equally as dreamy. Cup of tea, beach, sunset, Tofino, exactly what I wanted. Cheers. Much like Mackenzie Beach, right? Long, lots of space, epic sunsets, and here is where I filmed the initial intros and outros for Roaming with Hammo. You can of course check out Ucluelet, which is about a 40-minute drive from Tofino, but I think this deserves a video itself, and it's somewhere I need to explore more of. However, one of the best bagels on the island is here at Barclay Cafe, my word. We walked along the Lighthouse Loop and had a drink at the Ucluelet Brewing Company, but as I said, I'll come back to this place with a better video and more information. On the way back to Tofino, we dipped into another beach called Wickaninnish Beach, and I mean, come on, look at this. This just gets better and better. You must visit. Okay, back to Tofino for the summary. Whether you're chasing waves or just watching them roll in like me, this place has something for everyone. If you're a surfer, you're in heaven. But if you're more like me, tea in hand, toes in the sand, soaking in the views and the salty breeze, then you're in the right spot for this as well. Tofino runs on chill vibes, and honestly, I felt rushed both times visiting. I'd like to spend a week here and just completely chill out, but it's going to be lazy beach days, fish and chips in town, ice cream in hand, great coffee and great ice cream. I love the views, I love the walks, and honestly, this place is one of my favourites in the world. And I've still got one bucket list item to tick off here, and that is the scenic flight over the coast. So great excuse to come back. It's one of those places that sticks with you, whether you're visiting British Columbia or Canada in general. Don't miss it. It's right here on our doorstep, and it's pure magic. We are so lucky. If you like another camping video, click on this one for some ASMR for camping in BC by a lake. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Please follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel today, and let's go and see the world. Cheers, Hammo.